I'm Mark Curtis. We're coming to you with breaking news coverage right now on 12 Plus. Our live stream will begin at any moment, so keep it right here for the latest developments. Again, the live stream will begin at any moment. I'm Mark Curtis. We're coming to you with breaking news coverage right now on 12 Plus. Our live stream will begin at any moment, so keep it right here for the latest developments. Again, the live stream will begin at any moment. I'm Mark Curtis. We're coming to you with breaking news coverage right now on 12 Plus. Our live stream will begin at any moment, so keep it right here for the latest developments. Again, the live stream will begin at any moment. You've been watching live breaking news coverage here on 12 Plus. 12 Plus is dedicated to covering breaking news and breaking weather at any time, day or night, 24/7. Make sure to watch our live newscasts, and again, when breaking news happens, turn to 12 Plus. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark Curtis. We're coming to you with breaking news coverage right now on 12 Plus. Our live stream will begin at any moment, so keep it right here for the latest developments. Again, the live stream will begin at any moment. You've been watching live breaking news coverage here on 12 Plus. 12 Plus is dedicated to covering breaking news and breaking weather at any time, day or night, 24/7. Make sure to watch our live newscasts, and again, when breaking news happens, turn to 12 Plus. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark Curtis. We're coming to you with breaking news coverage right now on 12 Plus. Our live stream will begin at any moment, so keep it right here for the latest developments. Again, the live stream will begin at any moment. You've been watching live breaking news coverage here on 12 Plus. 12 Plus is dedicated to covering breaking news and breaking weather at any time, day or night, 24/7. Make sure to watch our live newscasts. And again, when breaking news happens, turn to 12 Plus. Thanks for watching.
We begin 12 News at 4 with some disturbing breaking news. A high school student is dead, stabbed by a classmate inside a classroom at Maryvale High School. Thanks for joining us. I'm Troy Hayden.
And I'm Tram Mai. The school going into lockdown just hours after class started. Then about 2 hours after that incident, students were let out early. Phoenix police are about to provide an update in a live news conference. And of course, we will bring that to you as soon as they are ready. But here's what we know so far right now. Phoenix police responded just before 11 a.m. and learned there was a fight between two male students. At the time, the injuries to one of those students were described as critical, and now state education officials say that that student has died.
Let's go to Gabriella Becerra, who is at the scene, has been there most of the afternoon. And Gabby, again, shocking, something we don't hear about very often. I'm sure parents are shaken up. I'm sure students are. What do you have?
Well, Tram, Troy, it's been a long day waiting for answers, and in just a few minutes, we're hoping to finally learn more about what happened inside Maryvale High School this morning. Again, like you mentioned, a lot of parents showing up to campus with a lot of concerns and just seeking answers from both the district and police. Behind me, you can kind of see who we're about to hear from, just a bunch of officials gathering. We know the Phoenix Police Chief is here along with Mayor Gallego, some council members, and we're told possibly the superintendent of the district could be here as well. So we're waiting to see who will speak with us and who will be providing some insight on what exactly happened this morning. Again, just a lot of unanswered questions from parents. We saw at 1 o'clock as those students were released from their lockdown, building by building, they came out the gate and were reunited with a lot of parents who were just so grateful to finally see those students and get some relief. But we know that at least one family tonight is not going to have that reunion and is going through some grief.
What happened, Gabby? Because I don't think we've really gotten to that. It appears that this was some sort of a fight, from the information that I've heard, between these two students in a classroom. I know there's been video circulated where you actually see one of these students stabbing the other one, apparently with a pair of scissors. Elaborate on what you know at this point.
Yeah, not a lot of details. Pretty much what you said there. Two students were fighting. It's unclear what that fight could have been over, but a lot of parents, and you can see in that video that possibly a pair of scissors, just normal classroom utensils, were used in this violent attack. We're hoping that the Phoenix Police Department will be able to confirm any information about what led up to this stabbing and what all took place in that classroom. Troy.
And any word at all, Gabriella, just about, the two students in particular? I mean, what year they were? Anything at all?
Nothing that's been confirmed officially. Obviously, a lot of parents and students are sharing things that they've heard, but I wouldn't want to speculate until we have official confirmation from the police department or the district saying who all was involved in this situation.
All right, Gabby, thank you. So again, we are awaiting numerous city officials and school officials to come out and give us more information, hopefully some more solid information. Appreciate it, Gabby. But let's get to Rachel, if we can. Rachel Cole out there right now. Rachel, you were talking, I know, to students and also parents. What did they have to say?
Yeah, it was a panic mode out here a couple of hours ago when all of those parents got that alert around 11 o'clock. And then, of course, shortly thereafter, dozens turned into hundreds of parents and guardians right outside of Maryvale High School, right outside this particular gate where Phoenix PD has been camped out for the majority of the day. In the last couple of hours, we've seen a few patrol cars kind of leave the scene, but the command vehicle is over, of course, where Gabby is. That's about 57th Avenue in Osborne. And just so many parents panicked about how their kids were doing. A few of them saying that a lot of times they have to have their phones locked up in their backpacks. So the few that I got to speak to said, yes, I heard from my child. However, I have another student on campus, and I know Tram can attest to that with twins. You have both your kids on campus at the time of something so serious, so severe, and in this case turns out to be fatal, and you have no idea if they're okay, all of your kids for that matter. So we saw a ton of people showing up in their vehicles to pick their kids up. Finally, building by building at random, we were told by different students, Phoenix PD and staff here on campus started letting the students out. We had a chance to talk to two sisters who were frantically texting back and forth. Listen.
I told her Eileen, and she told me, sister. I said, where you at? And I said, is this a real lockdown? And she said, and I said, what happened? Is it fake? And she said, I'm in my class. And she said that she was okay, and she said it's not fake.
Yeah, and that's when I told her that somebody got stabbed, and then that she said she was scared, and I told her that my signal was really bad, so to text me on messages.
Okay, guys, then, of course, we had a chance to talk to a mother who has two Maryvale students, one with special needs, the other a freshman brand new to campus. Here's what she had to say about the situation.
I was just saying thank God that you're okay, and just silently praying for the other children and families. But I was just hugging her tight and just saying thank God you're okay.
Just that I just really needed a hug from my mom. So scared, wishing that he was okay.
You just wait there with these parents, hoping that you can get some sort of detail as to what's happening. And then when you finally see their students come out, once they're safely released to their parents, the embrace that they share, the gratitude that they have for their child's safety, as Gabby said, not the case for this one family, but so many condolences already pouring in for that student. We don't know what age that student is or the circumstances surrounding the fight within that classroom, but we are staying in contact with Phoenix Police this afternoon to find out those details for our viewers and, of course, parents who never want to deal with this situation. But a lot of relief for the parents who showed up here today that we had a chance to speak to. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, so incredibly frightening. And again, we are still waiting for that live news conference among city officials and also Phoenix Police Chief Matt Giordano, who we hear is on the scene there as well. Rachel, thank you.
Yeah, and we're hearing that news conference should take place in about 10 to 15 minutes. But, you know, Rachel, here's what I'm thinking. You look at even that young freshman girl you had there, you know, their bodies, they look like they're grown up, but at the same time, they're young people, they're kids, and they're dealing with the fact that one of their classmates was murdered on their campus. I mean, I can't even imagine what goes through your mind.
The raw emotion we saw from a lot of these kids who, of course, we report on, they always have their faces down in their phones and whatnot. Today, we saw so much emotion on their faces after the incident that surfaced here at Maryvale High School. And of course, the district was quick to put out a statement about what was going on. Parents said they were alerted immediately, which was why they were here for 3+ hours waiting. But yes, to see the exhaustion from not knowing what to expect. She was a freshman. She's just stepped foot on this campus for the first time a couple of weeks ago. Her sister's in another class with special needs. She can't do anything to help her, knowing that she needs help, being even that she's her older sister. And the mom's rushing down from work. She's leaving work because her kids need her, and she feels helpless and doesn't know what to do. Hangs a Yui. We're going to hear more from her at 5 o'clock, and just waits at the gate, hoping that her kids are going to come out safely. I can't even imagine the anguish for some of these parents and guardians who care for these kids, and a lot of them who have lived in this district their whole lives. They have nothing bad to say about the school. There's metal detectors at the school. I know Chase Golightly is going to be following up on safety protocol tonight at 10 o'clock, but what can you do if a student decides to allegedly make a weapon out of something that's already on campus? There's only so much you can do. So it'll be interesting to hear from officials about any changes that go into place moving forward.
Yeah, a lot of fear, a lot of panic, a lot of anguish. All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, let's get to some breaking news coming out of Tucson now. A man is in custody after a stabbing at the University of Arizona. It happened around 2 this afternoon at the campus's main library. One
woman was stabbed and taken to a hospital. The university says neither the suspect nor the victim were students there. So we'll keep you updated as we learn more on this. And again, that news conference at the Maryvale situation should start in 10 or 15 minutes. When it starts, we'll have it here on 12 News at 4.
Well, here are 4 more local stories that we're tracking. Officers shot and killed a suspect after a terrifying scene at a Phoenix IHOP. Police received a call about a man who was reportedly cutting himself and threatening customers and employees with a hatchet inside the restaurant. Police say he approached the responding officers, and when he didn't drop the weapon, they opened fire, killing him.
In Mesa, a woman crashes into a building. This is 63rd and Main. According to police, the elderly woman mistakenly hit the gas pedal instead of the brake, and that caused that accident. You can see all the way inside that building there. Fortunately, no injuries, no impairment involved. Mesa Fire is evaluating the structural integrity now of this strip mall.
Arizona has set the date for the state's next execution. Death row inmate Richard Jerf will be executed October 17th. Jerf was convicted of killing a family of 4 back in 1993. Police believe he showed up to the family's home wanting revenge for an apparent burglary and posed as a flower delivery man to get inside. Arizona carried out its first execution in more than 2 years back in March.
All right, let's get back out to the Maryvale neighborhood as we had a student stabbed inside a classroom and killed there, and we understand the news conference has started.
I'll confirm with everybody before we go.
All right, looks like they're just getting ready to start here. But again, if you're just joining us now, we had a... Oh, he's talking?
1, 2, 3.
No, he's just
Mic
testing
check,
microphones.
1, 2,
so we had a student, we don't know the student's age at this point, hopefully we'll get that in just a minute, who was in a fight with another student inside a classroom at Maryvale High School. It appears that student was stabbed to death during that fight.
Stabbed by what looks like a pair of scissors. Again, that is to be confirmed. But this all happened at around 11 o'clock this morning, just a couple of hours after class had started. And again, mind you, school started just about 2 weeks ago. So for a lot of kids going back to school and something like this happened, it really is an awful situation. But again, after that incident of the stabbing, both those students, those male students, were taken to 2 separate hospitals. One of them was fighting for his life. Let's listen in right now on this press
for you and
conference.
the most up-to-date information. So just to kind of be a little more efficient with this, I'm going to read out everybody that's going to be able to speak today. Today I got Mayor Kate Gallego, Councilwoman Betty Guardado. Councilwoman Laura Pastor is on her way here. She'll be available later if any interviews are requested. Chief Matt Giordano, Phoenix Union High School District Superintendent Thea Andrade, and Commander David Saflar. Okay, so they'll have one come up at a time. Just be aware the information they're going to be providing is what they have available now. We will make sure when there's any new information, we're going to share that with an updated media advisory, okay? So again, the information they have is what we have at the moment. So thank you. If I can call up Mayor Kay Gallego.
Thank you all for being here. I'm Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego. I wish we were here under different circumstances. Today we lost a high school student at school. Schools should be safe places. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families of those impacted, the educators, the students. It's a top priority to work closely to make sure that we can make schools as safe as possible. I'm thankful to the first responders who responded quickly. We want to thank all of the partners. We have a deep partnership with Phoenix Union High School District. The superintendent is here with us today. The City Council and I have let her know that we're committed to being strong partners to the school district and that the community and the school district will work together to make sure that we do everything we can to keep our students safe. I'm also a mom, like every other parent tomorrow. It'll be a hard moment to drop a kid off at school. And so to the parents out there, know that we are working as hard as we can to make sure that schools are as safe as possible. We're thankful to the Phoenix Police Department for responding, and we'll continue to work closely with the community to get more and more information out there as it becomes available. This corner is represented by 2 councilwomen who are also parents of school-age children. I'm pleased to introduce one of them now who really focuses on school safety, Councilwoman Betty Guardado.
Thank you, Mayor. I am Councilwoman Betty Guardado, and I wish that we were here on a different moment. My heart goes out to the families. My heart is broken as well to hear what just happened this morning. As a mom of 2 young boys, I have a son who is now a freshman in high school, and we drop off our kids every day at school thinking that we're going to pick them up and bring them home. And we believe that schools are so great at what they do every day. My heart goes out to the teachers that were part of this incident, to our superintendent, to our principal. Maryvale High School, my heart goes out with you. This is my community. This is where I live. This is where my children are also being raised. And it's very hard to see a situation like this. I know that our superintendent has done so much work to making sure that we keep our children safe, that we keep our community safe. And as a city, we are going to continue to do whatever we can to continue to collaborate with Phoenix Union to making sure that we do our part as a city to keeping our children safe and to continue to do whatever we can to keep everyone active. To our police officers, our first responders, thank you for responding in the way that you guys did to try to do the best that you guys did, doing the best that you guys did in the moment that you guys were there. Thank you so much to our SSOs, to our SROs, to everyone that was present. I'm very thankful for the work that they do every single day. Muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí el día de hoy. No es en las circunstancias que queríamos estar aquí. Esta mañana acaba de suceder una tragedia aquí en la escuela donde se perdió la vida de un estudiante, y quiero decirle a la mamá, especialmente, a mi corazón va con usted, ¿verdad? Por el momento tan difícil que está pasando. Como mamá de un hijo de 14 años, no puedo ni imaginar no poder recoger a mi hijo después de la escuela. Entonces estamos con la comunidad de Maryvale, con los niños de Maryvale. Esta es mi comunidad. Yo vivo a 5 minutos de aquí de la escuela, entonces yo sé lo difícil que es. Como ciudad vamos a tratar de seguir haciendo lo mejor que podemos para poder dar seguridad, para tener programas, para hacer todo lo que podemos hacer como ciudad, para seguir apoyando a Phoenix Union, a la superintendiente, a la principal de la escuela. Sabemos que los maestros, los estudiantes están pasando por un trauma muy grande en este momento, y quiero que sepan que yo como concejal y nosotros como ciudad, la alcaldesa, todos vamos a estar aquí para seguir apoyando. Y a la policía, muchísimas gracias por el gran trabajo que hicieron esta mañana de poder responder a este momento lo más rápido que pudieron y poder ayudar en esta situación. Y vamos a seguir apoyando, vamos a estar con las familias en cada momento que podamos. Gracias.
This is a sad day for the greater Maryvale community. The police department understands the impact something like this has on the entire community. It encompasses grief, fear, and concern. School staff immediately notified the SSO. He responded quickly and ultimately detained one of the persons involved. School safety is a top priority for our department. We'll continue to work closely with the district and the officers and Commander Saffler, who oversees this area, to ensure that students coming to school are safe. It's a very difficult time for those affected by this tragic incident. Our detectives are currently investigating this incident, and I promise you it'll be thorough and fair investigation. And as soon as we're able to release information, we will do that. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Unfortunately, what happened here today at Maryvale High School is truly a tragedy. It started off with a fight between two students and escalated, and as a result, one of those students has since passed. This is something that nobody wants to see. You know, we're deeply involved with the school. We're deeply involved with the Phoenix Union High School District. This is a big deal for us. As the day went on, basically what we did is we addressed a lot of things right up front. We made sure that the students, all the other students, were safe. We got them off campus. We got them with their parents, and therefore out of harm's way. We also were able to react quickly and took the suspect into custody, and so we're not looking for anyone outstanding. What I would encourage people to do at this point is reach out to the school, and the school will push out information to you. Please pay attention to that. There's going to be services offered, there's going to be some grief stuff, and there's going to be a lot of things because something like this affects the whole community. So what we're really looking to do is heal our community at this point. We're not looking for anyone outstanding. There's no further danger at this point. But what we are doing is we're investigating this. And so if you do have something that will be of help, we're going to release a QR code and a code out to all of you. And that way, if you have video, you have evidence, you have information, please reach out to the Phoenix Police Department so we can get that information and conclude our investigation. Thank you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Phoenix Union Governing Board and the Phoenix Union High School District, I would like to say that we are heartbroken in response to the senseless tragedy that took place today at Maryvale High School. As a mother myself, I am grieving for the mother, the siblings, the entire family and friends, and will cooperate fully with the law enforcement investigation. I want to say that Maryvale is a beautiful, resilient community, and I am shocked and deeply saddened by what took place here today. I also want to really thank the rapid response of our school teams, our safety teams, our administrators, our school safety officer, who was rapid response, as well as our partnership with the Phoenix Police, as we work together to ensure moving forward Maryvale is safe students, staff, and community. The entire Phoenix Union community mourns the loss of our student along with the greater Maryvale community. The school will be on a modified schedule tomorrow so that we can provide extensive emotional support and counseling to our students and to our staff. Please know our hearts are with the victim's family and those who knew and loved him. Thank you.
Okay, folks, again, I want to thank everybody for being out here and gathering this information and sharing it with our community. Again, I can't reiterate the importance of what Commander Saflar said as far as providing that information. I know there were some students that had cell phone footage, maybe information that was before the incident. We're going to be sharing with our media partners a QR code and a link where people can submit that information. So again, if you have that, please move forward, provide that. If you want to be anonymous, there's also silent witness as well. I want to thank everybody again for the chance to be able to share what the information we have now. As you can see, it's a very active investigation currently. We want to make sure we're giving the time this investigation deserves, and we're going to get all those answers. So we will be putting out a media advisory with the preliminary information that we have, and I'll make sure we're updating that as it goes on. So again, thank you folks very much. No, again, it's very early in the investigation, so the information we provided now is all we have.
Let's listen.
So, thank you, folks.
Okay, that's it. He's not taking any more questions. So we didn't get a lot more information than what we had before. We did hear from the mayor. We heard from a city council member. We heard from the police chief. We heard from a commander. We heard from a woman running the district. And it's basically what we knew before.
Right. And they all expressed, obviously, their heartfelt condolences, how disturbing this whole situation unfolded, the fact that one male student has died from his injuries in this stabbing incident that happened around roughly 11 o'clock this morning. We're still waiting to hear a lot more information as to who this student was. There was also, again, the other student involved that was taken to a separate hospital who sustained non-life-threatening injuries, that person's identity as well, and also exactly what led up to this fight. So they didn't discuss any of those details at this press conference. It was more of a solidarity and show of feelings and respect for the student who died. But again, still waiting for more information to come out.
All right, so we have much more reporting to do on this throughout this newscast and, of course, 12 News at 5, 6, 7, and 10. So our coverage of this does not end here, but we'll be right back after this break. streak for us. Just bringing meteorologist Lindsay Riley.
Yeah, today so far the high 108. We're only going to get hotter from here for the rest of the week. Here's the extreme heat warning, which kicks off at 10 a.m. tomorrow and continues through 8 p.m. on Friday for the lower deserts as well as western Arizona. Temperatures for our Wednesday, well, we're hitting 110s out in western Arizona, 113 in Lake Havasu, also in Gila Bend, 111 here in Phoenix, and 90s widespread, even up in the high country. As far as records are concerned, we'll be within a degree or two each day, with tomorrow hitting 111. The record for the day is 113, 112 on Thursday, and also 112 on Friday. So that's what we're expecting in Phoenix. Tomorrow, we do start with a weather impact alert day. Once again, our morning lows, they're in the 90s again. We're in the triple digits by mid-morning, and we top out at 111 right around 4 p.m. Full sunshine. On the radar right now, a couple storms out toward Greenlee County, the White Mountains, as well as Graham County. These are, although they're moving west, they are not going to be moving into the lower desert. So we're in the clear for storms tonight, but our storm chances will begin to go up by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And next week, we also see a bit of a drop in our temperatures by Tuesday. Tram?
All right, we appreciate that drop. Lindsay, thank you. We've got an hour more of news headed your way. Tens of thousands of Arizona voters flagged as ineligible. But was it all a mistake? Why the Attorney General says they can't be removed from the polls.
And a Chicago police officer is suing the city of Tempe over a traffic stop.
12 News continues 24/7 on 12 Plus, where you can watch any newscasts and other 12 News content whenever you want.
12 Plus is the streaming home of everything we do on 12 News, and it is on demand when you want it. Download the app on your TV and watch for free. We'll be right back.
A Chicago police officer is suing the city of Tempe.
Happens after the officer was arrested during a trip here to the Valley. Jalen Woods visiting a friend on August 23rd of 2024 last year. He was pulled over, you see the video, just after midnight. Officers claimed he was revving his engine and they arrested him. He spent the night in jail. The case was later dropped. Woods claims the arrest was not only unfair, but illegal. 12 News spoke to him back in March when he filed a notice of claim.
This has affected my job. This has affected my livelihood, how I take care of my family, how I provide for people. Whether I'm on duty or not, or I'm the police or not, this has always been a type of phobia that I've always had.
So the lawsuit is asking for Tempe Police's action to be deemed unlawful, and he also wants damages. Update on a Kyrene Elementary School which closed its campus and moved to remote learning earlier this month because of high particulate levels in the air when they were doing a roof repair. The closure of Kyrene de la Sierra School was expected to last until fall break, but now there's been an update by the superintendent. The closure is going to last now until Christmas break, so half the school year. The school also intends to conduct a deep cleaning and repeat air quality testing before students are let back in.
Attorney General Chris May says tens of thousands of Arizona voters who haven't provided proof of citizenship cannot be removed from the voter rolls. The issue started with a glitch in the Motor Vehicle Division's records, which incorrectly flagged thousands of voters based on outdated license information. May says counties can't cancel registrations without real evidence that someone isn't a citizen. Secretary of State Adrian Fontes agrees, saying it's the state's job and not the voters to prove ineligibility. Going forward, counties may ask about citizenship, but no cancellations can happen without proof, ensuring eligible voters aren't removed by mistake.
We have an update now to a story we told you about yesterday. A federal judge now temporarily blocking a deal that would have transferred more than 2,200 acres of the Oak Flat area in the Tonto National Forest to a private mining company. The San Carlos Apache tribe and conservation groups have been trying to stop the project. It would create a big crater for that mine. The site is sacred and a spiritual site for tribal members, and the ruling means the deal is on hold while the court considers the case. Those in favor of the mine say it will bring economic opportunity and many jobs, and we'll continue to cover what happens here in this legal process.
Well, Hurricane Erin is not expected to make landfall in the U.S., but it could cause dangerous conditions along parts of the East Coast. A tropical storm warning is now in effect for much of North Carolina's coast.
So we're talking about dangerous currents, coastal flooding. Maryvale Gonzalez has more.
It's intensifying as we speak.
In one of the fastest rapid intensification bursts on record in the Atlantic, Hurricane Erin exploded in strength to a Category 5 over the weekend. While its category has changed since then, its threat has not.
We're going to see that very destructive wave action start to begin as we move into late Tuesday, really peaking overnight Wednesday into Thursday. This is going to be a very significant event.
A satellite captured lightning flashes around Hurricane Erin's eye as it passed near the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos on Monday. Erin's outer bands lashed those islands and Puerto Rico, causing flooding, power outages, and airport closures. Now, the storm brings serious coastal flooding concerns along parts of the U.S. East Coast.
The ocean is quite angry, and those wave heights are now sort of in the 5, 6, 7 foot range. That will get into a low double-digit feet.
Fluctuating between a Category 2 and Category 3 hurricane through at least midweek, National Weather Service forecasters warn of waves of up to 20 feet or more for North Carolina's Outer Banks. Already, officials in New Hanover County say at least 75 rip current rescues took place on Monday.
We're from New Jersey. We experienced Sandy, so we know the drill.
More tropical trouble could follow Hurricane Erin. The National Hurricane Center is monitoring 2 areas in the Atlantic for possible development. I'm Maryvale Gonzalez reporting.
In other news now, Ozempic patients in the U.S. can now get the drug for half the price if they pay with cash. Yesterday, Novo Nordisk announced that U.S. patients can now get a month's supply for just under $500 instead of $1,000 a month. That deal is for people who pay for the drug on their own and don't go through insurance. In the past, the president and lawmakers have called out popular GLP-1 drugs, noting that they're much more expensive here in the U.S. than in other countries. Novo Nordisk competitor Eli Lilly has also slashed the price of its drug Zepbound for patients who pay out of pocket.
Well, you're looking to buy a house, they've gotten a little bit more affordable. The price of homes in the U.S. actually dropped slightly last month, according to Redfin. The Home Price Index reported prices dropping, and it's not a ton, it's 0.1%.
Every bit
Right?
though, helps.
Redfin said that on a year-over-year basis, the price did grow 2.9%, but that's the lowest year-to-year jump since 2012. It's due mostly to the number of homes for sale rebounding to pre-pandemic levels, and home buyers in the market dropped to the lowest level in more than a decade. So supply and demand coming back in the buyer's favor.
Yeah, well, a new warning for Labubu collectors from the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Knockoff plush figures and keychains known as lafufus, we've been talking about that before, they pose a choking risk for kids. The CPSC says knockoff toys are small enough to fit in a child's mouth and block their airway. The dolls, they can also break easily in really small pieces that can become a choking hazard. Consumers are advised to stop buying these counterfeit products.
All right, you buy a lottery ticket. Two Valley residents won big. In Chandler, a $1 million Powerball ticket sold at a Circle K at Elliott and Arizona Avenue. And in Mesa, $156,000, nothing to sniff at. At a Quick Trip, it was sold near University Drive and Alma School. Hopefully, you're one of those too. And if you are, Tram says you can take her to lunch.
Sharing is caring. The Powerball jackpot is continuing to roll on. The jackpot is now up to $643 million, big ones. And if you take it all in cash, well, that's about $290 million. You'll want to buy your tickets before the next drawing tomorrow night. Cam, you feeling lucky?
I don't know about all that, Tram. We'll see. Sports is next.
Okay. All right. And we're going to give you a live look at Valley traffic as the afternoon commute gets underway.
And Crocs. Hey, don't you love Crocs?
I love and wear them every day.
Okay. There's a new drop coming. Are you a football fan? I hear you talk about football. Do you like football?
I like football.
Okay. You have a team?
Not as crazy as you. Well, the Cardinals. Who else?
I'm just checking. You never know. All right. New Crocs for football fans when we come back.
We have some slow spots across the valley right now. One crash. This is near downtown along I-10 westbound on the entry ramp to 7th Street. You can see traffic sensors red in that area. Then along US 60 eastbound, a crash slow around Mill Avenue. And out in the East Valley, Chandler along the 202 westbound, debris is on the road at Cooper Road, slowing traffic there.
Well, let's talk the top sports story of the day with our
How y'all doing? Hey, question. What would y'all think we put like a basketball hoop in the studio, in the office?
Do we have clearance for that?
I think so.
Like a Nerf hoop? Or?
No, like a real basketball. Like, how cool would that be?
Yeah.
Like, just to, we're stressed all day long. Yeah, just to get up some buckets in the middle of the day.
Yes.
Maybe get Tram to stop walking around the newsroom. You go
in my Crocs. Yeah, I like that.
ASU did that. I'm going to show you. Here. How is this for football practice? Kenny Dillingham always says have more fun working harder than anyone else in the country. Well, this looks like a lot of fun. Mid-practice, Dillingham stopped all the football work so his team could play knockout. The game took about 20 minutes. Dilling, of course, kind of a lifer, pickup basketball hooper. So this is like common for the Devils. They usually have that hoop in their team meeting room. In the end, wideout Jordan Tyson was the last man standing, knocking out QB Sam Levitt. And speaking of Tyson, he won again later that day.
Come on, JT. You built for this.
Boys will be boys, right? How's that to end a team meeting, right? Tyson hitting a crazy shot off the wall. By the way, that shot got the team out of a night practice, right? Post-practice walkthrough, no more. Get to go home early. I absolutely,
that was crazy.
I love the reaction from the teammates. That's their team meeting room right there. Like I said, they keep that hoop in there so they can do things like this. We see them do this thing.
What is that game? Is it like horse?
Yeah, it's like horse, knockout. Yeah, it's similar.
Knockout?
You never played knockout?
No, I've never heard of it.
Not in like the.
I was a basketball guy.
Really?
Yeah.
We got to play some games.
I noticed they were shooting at the same time on the field.
And then, by the way, check out this catch from Jordan Tyson right there. Look at that. I mean,
he's had a good day.
He's had a really good day, right? And he's going to be one of their best players, guys. He's going to be one of the best players in the country. Like, many believe he could be like a top pick in next year's NFL draft.
Wow.
Today, he was named a preseason All-American. Kenny Dillingham, kind of like the rest of us, like, what is a preseason All-American, Coach?
It's a lot better to be a postseason All-American than a preseason All-American. I don't even know what really a preseason All-American means. It's like people like you. But he deserves it. He deserves all that. He's earned all that. He's worked for all that. But he didn't work for the preseason. He worked for the postseason. And I think, he came out and had a great day today, one of his best days since we let him come back after we were kind of managing him a little bit. So, I love to see our guys get recognized for the work that they put in.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool to watch the Devils, guys. By the way, today was their final day of fall camp. They opened the season a week from Saturday at home against NAU. They are the favorites to win the Big 12 once again, ranked 11th in the country. And being ranked right there, if you take care of business this year, they'll be in the college football playoff once again. Like, that's how serious it is for the Devils and how good of a season they could have. Pretty cool.
A lot of expectations.
A lot of expectations.
A lot of pressure.
We've seen some other teams not handle it so well. We'll see how the Devils do. And during when you get off the desk, we got to talk about knockout.
I've never played knockout.
I can't believe that.
Guy.
All the basketball you play.
Set up the net right here in our patio.
You know what knockout is?
Yeah.
Lizzie, you know what knockout is? Yeah, you're like everybody. You know what knockout is?
Oh, look at me. Do I look like I know?
Right. What is happening in this newsroom right now? Oh, geez.
No, I know pig. All right. Okay, so let's talk about my favorite.
Okay.
Crocs. Oh, I live in them and I love them. Okay, so apparently they are teaming up with the NFL to give fans comfortable footwear as they cheer on their favorite team. This multi-year licensing deal, that'll include a collab with team-inspired Crocs and NFL-themed Jibbitz. And I guarantee you, does anyone own a pair right now?
No, because they're not comfy.
I have Crocs.
Okay.
They're not comfy.
I do have Crocs.
What are you talking? Cam,
they're not great.
Comfortable shoe.
No, you roll your ankle in that.
You like a nurse?
Yeah, no, you know what? I used Crocs for the first time when I was pregnant with twins.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that saved me. And that I've never
I understand.
Troy, she has like 17 pairs at her desk. She came running back to the
She's got
newsroom.
the
She like kicked off her heels. One almost hit somebody in the head. And then she was like, I'm going to put on my Crocs.
And they're really popular with the kids now, too. You see
my
the
kids totally wore Crocs.
Yeah.
You know,
Just so
as
we're clear,
toddlers and
if you
even
put them in sport mode, those things still fall off. Like, they don't just hook on the heel.
I could run in Crocs.
Yeah.
Troy, you don't know what sport mode is?
No.
So it's like the little tab you put it behind the heel.
Oh, I've
so
seen
it locks.
that.
Yeah, that's called sport mode.
I didn't know that was called sports mode.
That's what it.
Between knockout and sports mode.
Says the guy who doesn't have Crocs.
I've never had
I'm gonna
Crocs
get you up
either.
there.
I'm gonna get.
I've heard they're comfy.
They're not that.
They're very
They're not that. How do you know? You never had. You worn them?
I've once. They're not that comfy.
Who let you wear their Crocs?
You know, you just try on some shoes sometimes,
Just
but they're not
rubber.
that comfy.
But don't leave it in the sun.
Yeah.
Okay.
They melt?
They could.
No, they kind of shrink. They warp.
So they melt.
That's a big Achilles heel of the Croc. You live in Arizona.
So just don't leave them outside in Arizona.
Keep it in the garage.
Would my Crocs melt tomorrow?
They would start to melt.
Yeah, I bet.
Yes, yeah.
Wait,
We're back
Lindsay,
in the
when's it
extreme
gonna cool
heat.
off?
I
New
would
people in
say,
the newsroom are asking, it's too hot.
Okay.
Come on, when is the weather cooling
I
off?
say September 15th. That's the threshold of when you start to get those evenings that are a little bit nicer. They're more pleasant. It's not 105 degrees at 10 p.m. So just think September 15th when the nights and the mornings will start to feel better. You can still get 110s though during the second half of September. But I'm thinking after sunset, it starts to feel a little bit better. So some relief not too far in the future. Here's a look though at the next extreme heat warning. This kicks off 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. It goes for 3 days through 8 p.m. on Friday. Temperatures in the 1-teens in some locations, close to record highs here in the valley. Tomorrow we hit 111 in Phoenix, 112 in Laveen, Gilbert topping out at 109. Across the rest of the state, we even have some 113s on the map tomorrow. Gila Bend and Lake Havasu. A couple storms around Flagstaff, the Navajo Nation, down through the White Mountains and Safford. That's where storms will be the most prevalent tomorrow. In terms of records in the valley, 113 is the record tomorrow, slightly below it, and we'll stay slightly below it over the course of the next couple days, but very close. So we're well above the average. And then we're also going to be experiencing a bit of a pattern shift over the next couple days. Storm chances will start to go up. They'll go up even more next week. All of Arizona in a 50% chance for above average precipitation. Right now, though, the majority of the state is dry. Couple showers and storms out across far eastern Arizona. These are trying to move westward, but they are going to fizzle out prior to moving into the lower deserts. Slightly higher numbers on the monsoon meter tomorrow. Highest coverage will be closer to the White Mountains. Just a very slight chance a storm makes it into the lower deserts tomorrow. Out in the White Mountains, though, tomorrow those storms will begin to pop right around noon and stick around through sunset. So here's a look at the time frame. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, we start off clear. By about 1 p.m., those storms begin to fire up along the rim and they move toward the valley. There's that 1 on the monsoon meter for tomorrow. That slight chance that they make it in by the late afternoon and early evening. Chances up in Flag, they remain pretty high. And check out next Tuesday, a high of just 70 degrees, a big time cool down. Here in the valley, extreme heat through Friday, and our storm chances, they're going to be going up, especially Thursday, Friday, and again also next Tuesday, looking like a decent shot. Tram?
All right, Lindsay, thank you. Straight ahead, horns, tentacles, or something else? My goodness, what is that?
Poor little rabbit.
Yeah, apparently there's a virus going on in Colorado, and it could actually help humans. We'll explain.
Nothing.
All right, we got a photo for you here, and it's weird.
Ooh.
Because you got this little bunny, he's got like a horn thing going here and something else going here, and it is getting worldwide attention. It was actually captured by our sister station in Denver. It appears to show that rabbit with horns or tentacles right there on its face.
Yeah, experts say those growths are actually caused by a virus that's been around for a while and in fact is helping with research and treatments for HPV. Amanda Gilbert reports.
Something strange in Fort Collins has captured the world's attention.
Antlers, antler-looking horns.
These bunnies that had barnacles on them.
One of my neighborhood bunnies looked a little different.
A lot of people just kind of scratch their heads and it's like, what's going on with the wildlife in Colorado?
Since then, Colorado Parks and Wildlife spokesperson Kara Van Hoos says people worldwide have reached out about zombie or demon rabbits.
People from, the UK have reached out. I think I did an interview with somebody from India. A lot of people are asking if it's even real. Sometimes they think it's AI.
But she says this is a virus that's been around for years, spread between rabbits, mainly through ticks, mosquitoes, and fleas.
This is a normal virus that happens every summer.
CSU Dean of the Warner College of Natural Resources, Dr. Alonzo Aguirre, says this is only spread between rabbits, but there are other similar viruses found in different animals.
There's many species that have papillomaviruses, including deer, cattle, horses.
He says it's similar to HPV in people, which is human papillomavirus.
But not the same virus. And it's being used as the first model to study human papillomavirus type 1. And they're very helpful to develop vaccines, treatments.
What's strange,
It doesn't look pretty.
is also just a part of nature.
Well, I sure hope it's not painful.
Well, we can't ask.
I know that. Oh, okay. Well, even though you don't have to worry about this virus spreading to your pet dog or cat, CPW says leave the wildlife alone.
All right, more national stories for you here. New surveillance video shows the terrifying moments when a man stabbed numerous people inside a Walmart in Michigan. In the video, you can see the suspect approach several people inside the store with a folding knife. He was stopped by a group of Good Samaritans. Yeah, people running around and falling down, arrested by police. 11 people hurt in that incident. The stabber charged with terrorism and 11 accounts of assault with intent to murder.
More new video shows how a deadly crash unfolded on the Florida Turnpike last week. State troopers say the driver made an illegal U-turn, stretching his tractor trailer across all lanes of traffic here. It left a minivan with no time to brake. All 3 people inside, they were killed. The driver, you can see the aftermath there, just awful. The driver now charged with 3 counts of vehicular homicide.
Yeah, and he looks at him like, oh, did something just happen? Like he didn't even care about what happened. All right, 2.5 minutes. The Valley begins the countdown to the women's Final Four, our next big event. Stick around.